Listen, man, I'm ready to rise. I'm tired of being locked up in this cage. I'm tired of being locked up in this cell. Can't you see it in me, yeah? I'm ready to rise, y'all. Yeah, I'm ready to rise. Check this one out, y'all. Yeah. From the slums of the ghetto shores, from prison lockdowns, to my emotional struggles of incarceration written down on paper in bookstores. Can't you see it in my walk, talking eyes that I'm ready to rise? You can talk about my past, the character slips I've had, it won't last. When I was 16, I made one of the worst decisions of my life, and it cost me everything I had. In 1994, I was sentenced to 2 natural life sentences without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm. A life was taken in my case, and I've suffered for many years, but I've been redeemed, and I've been brought back just to let y'all know that you can be a king. Check out this story. I think it'll change your life. Redemption, baby. Hey, what's up, man? It's JD with Redemption King. Check this out, y'all. I'm on my way to work. But while I was on my way to work, I was thinking about some weird junk that took place in prison. I was like, man, what would be the better time for me to express that than on my way to work while I'm bored? You feel me? So check this out. Man, it was a dude that was in my dorm. I was in South Bay. The year was, let me say, 1999. Yeah. 1999, dog. This is called my dog Black. Now Black, you know what I'm saying, he liked the other kind, you know what I'm saying, in the prison, you know what I'm saying, you gotta learn to, you know, turn your eyes, and I had to learn how to turn my eyes at a young age, or be victimized myself, you feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that wasn't nothing that was abnormal about being in prison, that's what I'm trying to say. But, you know, what was abnormal about that situation is that, you know what I'm saying, there was a few people in our dorm like that, but this one was kind of special in particular. And the reason why I say this was kind of special in particular is because, man, these dudes used to be arguing up and down the dorm every day, man. People used to get tired of that junk. I even said something about it. But let me tell you something about Black. Black was a killer. Black had a couple of bodies under his belt in the chain gang. And he never, I don't know why he wasn't on death row. But he had this white boy. And the white boy liked it, black dudes. You feel what I'm saying? So all these dudes used to be out. I used to be like, man, these dudes here, man, they out of there. You know what I'm saying? They stay home. You know what I'm saying? They ain't thinking about going home right now. You know what I'm saying? And man, listen, one day, somebody coming to the dorm. And this dude don't belong in the dorm, y'all. So I'm like, you know, everybody in the dorm, you feel me? You know when somebody ain't in there because you trying to protect your stuff. And on the other hand, I was, you know, a house man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't pretty much out there on the compound a lot. I like to be inside in case it get cold. You feel me? So I tried to work the thing to my benefit. Now Black was a house man too. And the boy that he was messing with was a house too. Black was short. He had a beard. He was real stocky. He had a lot of muscles on him, right? And he had a lot of muscles on him. And this is the thing about Black, right? Black, yeah. Black was a real quiet person. Black didn't speak a lot to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And so for Black to get loud in that dorm like that was above the norm. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't used to Black screaming out like that. But when I seen this dude creep in, I knew that was the beginning of trouble. And it ain't happened that day. But you can see it leading on. Come to find out, this dude was off the chain. I mean, I'm surprised Black wasn't dying. You feel me? So, man, one day, I guess Black caught winds. One of his homeboys let him know something happened. But man, Black went to work and rounded back. No, he went out to the rec yard, told the boy he was going out to the rec yard, and he rounded back. When he rounded back, man, listen to me. When Black came back in there, y'all, Black had a horseshoe I ain't talking about no plastic horseshoe. I'm talking about a real deal horseshoe, y'all. Black had a real deal horseshoe. And man, when I seen that horseshoe in his black hand, you know the first thing that I did is started making my way outside the dorm. Man, ain't no way I was finna be caught in his dorm with the looking black eyes and him having a horseshoe in his hand. JD wasn't slipping like that. But listen, when I got to the door, guess what I seen? The officer, she was stuck to the window, knowing something was wrong, but wouldn't let me out. Man, listen, let me tell you something. When Black came out that room, a dude ran out the room. Now this looked like some junk out of a movie, man. Everything I love. Dude ran out the room, so Black couldn't catch him. So guess what he do? He catch the white boy. Now the white boy threw up his arms trying to protect himself. Man, why he do that? When he threw up his arm, I guess it slipped off his forearm. And it hit him in his face, so blood started spewing everywhere. So I went to beating on the window, telling the lady, hey man, let me out the door, let me out the door. Dudes that was other housemen, they started coming out the dorm, out their rooms, looking, seeing what the commotion was. So the white boy, he seen that he was in trouble. So check what he tried to do. He tried to take off. And man, the man took off and slipped in his own blood. And when he slipped in his blood, you heard a huge crack. And I'm like, oh my God, the dude snapped his knee and fell in his blood, y'all. The jump was crazy. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm hitting the window. So the lady finally got to. But that wasn't it, man. By the time she got to hitting the button and let the door open and me beating on the window, man, Black had straddled the white boy. When I mean straddle, he had got on his shoulder, put his knees on his shoulders. So his head was between his thighs. And let me tell y'all something, man. Black beat that boy with his fist and a horseshoe until he was disfigured. I'd never seen nothing like that in my life. But that was the first. I seen more like stuff like that. But that was the fourth time I seen something like that at the age I was. I was about 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen a dude concentrate like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was mesmerizing my eyes. You know, and I knew then, not just from ACI when I was younger, seeing them dudes get stabbed and stuff, I knew that this junk here was a live or die situation. Whatever situation you was gonna be in, it was gonna always be a live and die situation. It wasn't no fights. Man, if a dude fighting you, they fighting you to kill you. Absolutely. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, we gonna fight and be friends and that's it. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna fight you and I'm gonna kill you. That's what it was. And let me tell y'all something, man. I thank God for the protection of the Lord. Because if it wasn't for the Almighty in my life, either I would have killed somebody or somebody would have killed me. Because it was going around you every day. It's what you seen. It's what you was used to. You know what I'm saying? The only difference from that in the streets before I came to prison, and probably for some of you young cats out there right now, is that in prison you ain't had no gun. Man, it was like 300. Everybody had knives. And you better be good with yours. You better not be scared. But when you got the protection of the Lord, man, and you got God on your side, man, I ain't even have to pick up a knife. Yeah, that's funny, huh? But that's true. Never had to pick up a knife, y'all. Never had to. Never had to. Well, listen, I just wanted to share that little story with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking about y'all. I was thinking about my situation. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about how grateful I am to be out here right now. You know, I'm still a redemption king, even though life must go on and persists. I'm real about mine. You know what I'm saying? I try to be out here and try to stay as real as I can be, but also as humble as I can be. Because I can know that things can get worse, y'all. That's why I get my tail up every day and I go to work. But at the same time, I pursue my passion. And my passion is making sure my brothers out there is redeemed. Absolutely. And it's JD signing off. going to work, y'all. Peace out, baby.